Papa Squad, miniature. Hey everybody. We are going to listen to a song from somebody today named John Brodnax. Brodnax is, by the way, a pretty cool name. Brodnax, and this is him on screen. John Brodnax was born and raised in West Monroe, Louisiana, and had, as he describes, a very good home life with loving parents. However, by his teenage years, he found himself on the streets. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be he was homeless or not, because this article is not written well. Mr. Brodnax has been hustling out of his car with selling CDs as one of the main sources of his sort of word of mouth campaign in the 90s. The trunk was his office on wheels. Let's see here. John's career didn't take off. He's been around for 20 years, grinding and making connections within the industry. He went all in for his career at one point, couldn't really accomplish it with the money he had, decided to go back to working full-time, established a really well-known remodeling business, not modeling business, raised kids, and still was writing and making music. And for him, music, this article says, is sort of a spiritual release. So he enjoys singing and never stopped. He eventually, because he kept performing and kept at it and kept working, came to the attention of a guy named Adam Calhoun, who owns Hustle Hard Records and was signed in 2020. Goes in to talk about what he thinks about music and, just working, blah, blah, blah. His love of music came from his love of the song La Bamba, which he said he knew knew every word of by age 5. In 1987, the movie La Bamba came out depicting the life of Richie Valens, which then became his favorite movie. And he even says, who would have thought an authentic Spanish song would be the light that lit the fuse that paved the way for John Brodnax's creation. So, kind of interesting. We're going to listen to this song that they've got here on the page. I've already opened it up in another thing called Jason Williams. As I said, this is, the last paragraph here says, 2021 is the year to watch Brodnax dominate the country rap scene. Now, I didn't realize, really, that there was a country rap scene. I've obviously heard of Lil Nas X and his, the song that he did last year or 2 years ago now, I forget, that was so huge. I'm confusing it with a different song. Very, very good song, and I absolutely love Lil Nas X. But the fact that there's like a more traditional, I guess I mean white, country music version of rap, and I find that super interesting because we have just lived through a time where this style of music was created. And obviously, lots of people love it, and it doesn't matter where you come from, what your ethnicity is, your walk of life, your social class, your religion, anything, unless it's a really prescriptive religion. People everywhere love hip hop and rap, and so that's really interesting to think because it started as a very limited, very small audience, very selective, self-selecting audience. But it's so good, people recognized that it was good, and of course it's going to spread. And now it's spread to really in America, where I would think would be about the last place you would expect to hear rap music, and that's in country music. We know hip-hop and rap already borrow from all over the musical spectrum and pull in whatever, TV commercials, samples of people talking, samples of old TV shows or movies, samples of old, obviously songs and tracks from, who knows, any sort of album. Whether it's classical to jazz to even other hip-hop songs. But now we're seeing this where we have completely different populations of people coming in and making music the way they want to, being influenced by rap and hip hop. And I I can see how some purists would really hate that. Um, I personally am not a huge country music fan, and I say not a huge. I mean, I really don't like most country music because it's become too narrowed down and too similar to each other. They figured out the formula for what makes a country song popular, and that's what they keep pushing. Um, and I don't like the twangy voice. I don't. There's so much about country I don't like. I like old country, like when Johnny Cash and of course I can't remember the female singer who's Patsy Cline, where it was sort of blues and jazz and not R&B, and country and bluegrass, and like it was all combined, and you could hear how it could split into all those different things. That's what I thought was cool, and that's honestly what I think hip hop is doing now. It's finding all these different ways to express itself, and so we're going to see these branches go off, and country rap is just one of those. I've been talking way too long, so let's jump in here to John Brodnax with Jason Williams. Sounds good. Has he got a bird on his shoulder?
Bitch, we coming for they head now. They head now. Don't give a shit what you saying about. Saying about. Cause
Wow. I like the way that sounds a lot. And it's just a hip hop song. I don't know what makes it a country song other than maybe he's a white guy in Louisiana. But let's keep going.
you don't ever say it rhyming. Say it rhyming. Bitch, we out working everybody. Everybody, bitch, we coming for they head now. Homie know me. I used to be a little soldier myself. Fresh off the porch, we going outside. Cause I ain't cool with the view from the steps. Said I could do anything for so long. Started believing the shit I was saying. Cause if it was 4 inches on Super Bowl Sunday, they putting the ball in my hand. I got the weight of the world on my shoulders, and I walk around cool as a fan. They tell you it's hip to be gangster.
Absolutely love the music. I mean, the music is fantastic. It's I don't even know what it sounds like, but it's definitely a little hip hoppy, but it's also I don't even know how I would describe it. It's really interestingly put together, and it's really well made. His voice is good, and he's obviously performed for a long time because I can tell watching him that he knows how to work the crowd, how to project his voice, how to get his point across, and he's good. He's really, really good. I would love to hear more from him.
When I say it's gangster for you to just be your man. Cap it like Caprio when this bitch tell a rapper come catch me. You can say it's a wolf on y'all street. Now it's just silence. So we coming for they head now. They head now. Don't give a shit what you saying about. Saying about. Cause you don't ever say it rhyming. Say it rhyming. Bitch, we out working everybody. Everybody.
Good hook.
We coming for they head now. Like this. Jason Williams with the assist. Pick up the pen, the flick of the wrist. I'm bringing it back to the time when the shit was legit. Boy, I could've done being pen in this bitch. Had to balance time that I spend with the bitch. Spent a whole lifetime trying to be with the bitch. Standing on the same shit that I came in with. Just go with your move. Better believe in the shit that you do. The journey was hard. They thought I was starved, but bitch, you know I found my way to the food. They thought I was through. I'm acting the ooh, acting the donkey hoe. Tell that devil get off me.
So cool, so well made. I mean, obviously the guy's been working for a long time, but the instincts I see in this track are fantastic. I would love to hear more from him. I know I just said that, but it just sounds great. I love this little part where it kind of cuts out and they remix a little bit, and it really changes the whole flow of the song. It's fantastic.
You know I found my way to the food. They thought I was through. I'm acting the ooh, acting the donkey hoe. Tell that devil get off me. Tell that devil get. But what is your purpose and what's your intention? Beginning to end and completing the mission. I come from the bottom back up to the top, and I turned around and did it again. That you could go hard and you could go hungry. Pack some food if you coming. When the shit hit the fan, man, we can't never ever run from it. They head now. They head now. Don't give a shit what you saying about. Saying about. Cause you don't ever say it rhyming. Say it rhyming. Bitch, we out working every
very, very cool. I love that little bit at the end too, where he's sort of making the nonsense sounds. I'm sure he's singing actual words, but it just kind of comes across as nonsense. What a great song! That's not a country song at all, like at all. Other than he's a white guy from Louisiana, and I'm sure he has a white guy from Louisiana background. Um, I did see in the article that I read that he's also very much about like unity and getting everybody together and not having these like what did he say, beefs with each other. And I think he's talking about in the rap business in general, and I agree with that in principle, but I don't think anybody in rap needs a white person saying that to them. This is a black music, and it can be whatever anybody wants it to be, and you can do anything you want with it. So if you want to, fight other rappers, to rile up your base and get people involved, and I mean that's the same thing that they do in politics or in wrestling or whatever. Is start a fight with somebody so that people have a side to root for, and it can be a bad thing, but I don't think it's a bad thing in rap unless it actually leads to people getting killed, like Tupac and Biggie, and I don't know all the details there. But wow, really interesting stuff. Love what's on display here, and I'm definitely going to have to check out more of his stuff. Um, no idea why this is considered country rap, unless the label he's on is country rap, and so then it was just slotted into that genre because it's just a rap song. That's all it is. Really good, really good. Like this one. This might go on my favorites just because I was not expecting this to sound like this at all. And I liked it. Hey, we're up to almost 900 followers, and I'm thinking maybe, if I could figure out how, I might do some kind of giveaway something at 1,000. I have no idea how to do that, so it may not happen. But I don't know. It would just be kind of a fun thing to do, and I just certainly as a little thank you to one of you. Or maybe not. Maybe somebody else who's going to follow in the next 115 people. All right, Papa Squat. Check it out. Please like, subscribe, and share. And we'll get to 1,000 even faster.